Bring back nobility. When I was a kid, I always liked this word, nobility, being noble. Now it can be interpreted into like two formats, I would say. One, it is the social status, like in old times, being royal was considered being noble, socially high in status, I would say. But that's not the context we are in right now. We are talking about the nobility that is interpreted in the format of character traits. Nobility, courage, perseverance, quality, high morale, honesty, and ability to forgive even rivals, big balls, big heart, wide forehead. So I really want nobility to be the core of the society, especially in men. We have lost, especially in this era, of brain rot, of bullshit, weaving around the internet. All things, retard maxing. There are a lot of things, So what they have done is they have influenced the other aspects of manhood, I would say. I'm not talking about the womanhood, because I have never been a woman. So obviously I'll tell what I hold experience of. So yeah, the manhood, it is something, like the man, they are, even me as a person, I'm not saying that I'm the most noble royal person to ever be. Like, I also have been really influenced, but I'm taking a step to move towards nobility, being a noble person, being an honorable person, a person who has values that he stands for. I want to be like that, utterly. I don't want to be a person who is just air, whose words, they are just air. He is not a man of his word. He cannot persevere through the natural disasters that the life offers. So I really I prefer a change, a change that is good. Bring back nobility in man. In old times, people used to be dumb but more noble, I would say. These days, people are smart. They are aware, I would say. But they are not noble, because they don't have a grounding that grounds their morale. So as I told you initially, that it comes with having big balls, big heart, and wide forehead. Big balls, with that I mean that an ability to persevere through hardships without complaining, taking risks, and what else? The big heart, it means being forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Actually, it is like that. I wouldn't say forgiving yourself. Don't forgive yourself, don't. It will create a space for you that, I know it is hard, people on the internet, they might tell you that, like, yeah, forgive yourself, you're really being hard on yourself. Totally, if you're a man, you should be hard on yourself. It is supposed to be like that. That's the biology. Because the stress level that a man can maintain, it is really varying in man, like there are people who can go through a lot of stress, then there are people who cannot go through a lot of stress. And it is totally, it's not that, this person who is going through a lot of stress without complaining, he's maybe that stress is not even stress for him and he's normalized it, it's his daily life. So being having an ability to go through the stress and hardships, I would say, that life can offer you anytime, you know I would say that is an ability. There is a difference. That is good, because that is a man other people can be dependent upon. So yeah, bring back nobility. If you don't know what nobility is, chat GPT it, Google it, you will understand what it is. But it's not retard maxing, it's not brain rot, it's not these things that we see on the internet, it's not the catchwords and the catchphrases that revolve around the internet. It's not these things. Gen Alpha and Gen Z, they have lost their which one is it, the upcoming one? Is it Gen Alpha or Gen Z? I don't know. But I'm Gen Z, obviously. But people as we grew up, we have lost our values. Like, to be honest, we are smarter. We are smarter than the previous generations, but we are not grounded value. We lack class. You get it? We lack nobility. We lack values that we have to stand for. Everyone is like, like there is a trend of not giving a fuck. That's how everyone is like. They're doing everything. They're doing really well in their careers. They're really doing well in the whatever awareness they have. But they are alienated to an extent that they are out of context. They're aliens now. So, it's like, have values to stand for. People earlier, they were dumb, they might be dumb, but I'm talking about the average man, okay? I'm not talking about historical figures on which the basis of all the knowledge is standing on. I'm talking about them. Let's talk about the basic average man, Comparatively, that man had less awareness in comparison to this. And I'm talking about recent generations. Don't take me back to the Egyptians and Mesopotamian civilizations and, have a debate with me that, nah, they were smarter than us. I'm not talking about them. They walk over us. But bring back nobility. Search it up on Google. You will find what are the character traits that the nobility have. Be a noble man. Yeah, we have normalized a lot of bullshit. It is also through the agendas, worldly agendas, political agendas, and also some, I would say, the causality of the internet is the causality behind. We are literally normalizing a genocide happening right now. What else? Brain rot is nothing in comparison. We are literally normalizing eating of babies. Brain rot is nothing comparatively. There are no values to stand on. Everything is air. The more the influential you are, you're on the team that, like, you have to be on that team. If you get influential these days, they pull you up in that team where there is no grounding of the values. I don't want this video to be long. Search nobility up on the YouTube, chat GPT it as you're already used to, and bring back nobility, because this is what I am personally trying to get to. I'm grounded well, to be honest, like not the way that I want to be like, but I want to be more noble. I want to be a better human being, a better person, I want to be strong, way stronger. And by strength, I don't mean physical strength, Strength, being great in character, Yep. Don't normalize brain rot. Don't normalize these things that are trendy, catchy, glittery, Be noble. Like we have to grow up. You're going to have children. If God gives us, we have to raise them, It's more like a grounding that we should have. We have to be responsible.